Yes, we are live. How we doing, guys? Good afternoon. Monday, 2:45. What's the date? Don't even know where I'm coming or going. 19th of October. How is all doing? I've just come down from my bath and I've noticed the comment section is quite fruity already. So let's get straight in there. Say hello to some people if they're still about. Reminder set. Oh, mate, I hope I started a little bit early just because I got my jobs done earlier. So I can get in, just like a ninja, do the job like the military advert, and then get out again. So, hi, guys. Brilliant to see y'all. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a great weekend. Wow. Yes. We're in. Yes, Awaken World. Yes, Stephen. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-E-O. And on that farm he was on a stream, E-I-E-I-O. Thumbs up here, thumbs up there, thumbs up everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Yes, mate, it is going fine, thank you. NI True Seeker. Yes, just roll it on. Work today, the usual, getting out of the way. Not a massively heavy day, but it's still a Monday, isn't it? Monday, psychologically, coming out the weekend's never good. And even if you transferred the Monday to a Tuesday, all the anxiety that you'd feel on the Monday would only happen on the Tuesday. So there's no getting out of it, is there? Just don't work. And then you don't have that Monday feeling because every day is freaking weekend. Boom. I've just sorted the world out. Like and subscribe. I love you all, even the pissing haters. I'm off. See you later. Yes. Who's in? Wales are screwed. Oh, wow. Straight off the bat, mate. Straight off the bat. No one's screwed. But if we can all stand up. That's the thing. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. Yes, Sparkle. How we doing? Right. If you know what, mate, thank you for that. Humbled. To be fair, when that I got sent that video, which was a few days earlier, it opened my eyes up to how deep, how much hold they possess, and on a nefarious side, on a sinister side, with that much power and that much reach on all different fronts to the general public. That is a monopoly you don't want. You know what I mean? Oh, mate. Well, yeah. I guess YouTubers have freaking gone to prison, haven't they? For doing and putting out there what is already online. And we all know. So, yeah. Was ya? Well, I'm glad you was, dude. Anyway, how we doing? Yes, Auntie Manda. Yes, you too. Oh, you've had a great weekend. No matter what. Seriously. Unless your house is on fire, then you know what I mean. Unless your family's you know what I mean. Something's happened. Try and make the best of it. Try and stay on a high vibration. And then, if you can keep your mental bollocks in check, so to speak, then when it comes to actually activating in some kind of role reversal of this psychological warfare, you're mentally in place. And that's all we're doing, guys. Like me, like you. Yes, nice one. We're all being played. Well, man, I don't know. So many comments. We're all being played. We are all being played, without a doubt. you guys in the UK get coronavirus money every week. Well, I wouldn't say we get coronavirus. There's been some subsidies, whoever this is, eject a seat reservation. Jesus, I don't want to reserve a seat on your flight if you're talking about ejector seats. Thank you very much. But yeah, and we're one of the few countries that's doing it. I mean, to be fair, it's been probably a godsend for a lot of people, as well as a lot of businesses are not being able to claim that money. A lot of people will fall under the radar of that, and they're still being financially done over anyway. But I agree with you. We have got to have that as a glimmer at least. You know, I've claimed it. I didn't want to, but I was self-employed. My wages has dramatically dropped. So, but ultimately, the mindful thing that I've been always going through, this money will have to be paid back, whether we like it or not. This is all being chalked up on the biggest fucking blackboard we've ever seen. And that is what is the dangerous thing. How many years, how many billions have they spent with these policies, paying for this, paying for that, ordering this over there, spending 110 billion to test everyone in the country when it actually looks like herd mentality is working. So I get you. Nikki brought up a good point about wasting the taxpayers' coffers. Now, I don't want to sound conspiratorial by saying that. Is it financial revolution we're going through? Because it sure ain't common sense. I'm not the best with my money, but fucking hell, if I had 110 billion, I'd make sure I'd sort this country out. I'd make sure the country ain't going through the anxieties and the lows, which means that you're now going on YouTube channels because you don't know what the fuck's going on in the world and you can't mentally make sense of it. So tell that to Boris, the Prime Minister. Rant over. Yeah. Many people, I mean, it's just dropped. Many businesses just done. And I'm still seeing it. They're empty. I'm seeing establishments that probably could open because they're allowed to open, technically under this Stasi guideline system we've got, but they're still not open. What it is, who knows? It's the little business. I mean, let's look who didn't lose out. The massive conglomerate supermarkets, food chains, toilet roll, hand sanitizer, fucking face masks. You think these big companies worldwide have just made a mint? People who bought stocks and shares in all these relative businesses, knowing because they've got a business brain, knowing where the money's going to have to go at some point, and that'll still be going on now. This is crazy when you've got a winner and loser system, and you've got what seems to be people that are in power that are taking. And because they're taking in such a fashion and it's so frigging overt in so many different areas, the populations of the world are struggling. Could be financially better off, could be more prosperous, could be more happier within their life. And it's sick. It's sick. I wouldn't want to run a country, and I'm not trying to tell, but we all know I don't see too many politicians coming out apologizing to anyone for the way the country's being run, for the mistakes that's being made, for the deaths that have duly been caused, not only because of the mistakes that have been made, but because of the new guideline system. I've not heard one politician. They're going to come and tell you how you've got to live your life, how you've got to wear this, how you've got to wear that, but they won't apologize when they fucked it up to the extent that they have. To the point where people are so exacerbated. I have never known a time in my life when I've seen a population of people that are numb. And it's only for the bright sparks, the people that still want to live, the people that still want to get on, not wanting to not think about it, but have to get on. If it wasn't for them, we would be in clashes, we would be in fights, there would be some kind of civil war. And this is why, it's important to keep your mind in check through these turbulent times, because there's never been a time when your mental gymnastics is going through the fucking Olympics at this moment in time. Ran over. Oh. Phil, you're not thinking these politicians are good, righteous people, are you? Naive Phil Pill. Yes, Clay. Jeff Bezos made a few quid. Mate, let's face it, I think we've all put money in fucking Jeff Bezos' pocket over this. I was forced to order products and I've had to do it. And I must admit, the service has been very quick and on it. But guess who's made the monopoly? You know what I mean? So, yeah, you're right. You're right. But we all do it. We've all done it. You know what I mean? They've never been so busy. There must be fucking Amazon warehouses opening up all over the place. And I think, it's a demise, isn't it? As much as it's an advancement, I feel more of a demise. But maybe this is a generational thing because I've seen what it's been like. As Clay will tell you, Clay's related to me. Clay's a relative of mine. Hi, Clay. And Clay knows where I lived in Miles Platting. He knew round the corner from me, as where he lived in Moston, that there was shops, parades. If you lived in council estates, you'll know your local parade. Local independent shops, where when I was growing up, them shop owners actually lived in the area. So you've gone from that era, that climate, and the good and bad of that, but mainly how it was community based, to all of a sudden, just having an Asda there where you might have the odd individual that works there from the area, but generally the ship's in from all over the place, including the managers, whatever. So there's no real link with the community. The business is, who gives a fuck? They've got another one half a mile up the street and half a mile up the street, and slowly but surely they're cornering the market. And we've watched them do it, and we've all paid into it. And here's me going on a rant, red pill rant. Oh, yes, right. So let's get on with the story anyway. I'm off work due to COVID symptoms, awaiting test results. Mate, just don't get the track and trace, Clay. Don't get it, mate. Don't get it. If you can, and I don't like kind of saying people don't do this and people do that. I really don't, but I've got a really bad feeling about the track and trace. We've got bad feelings about phones per se. We all know. And it's the useful tool that we love in so many different ways. That's what makes it fucking so difficult with a phone, pardon my French. But we all ultimately know how goddamn nefarious the phone is and how on an invisible veil, they're stripping your data, they're manipulating, using it against not only you, but as a collective. Because if you match certain other patterns, then you'll be lumped in on our adverts and way they can hit you on psychologically, making you feel low or high, however they want to do it, which is even worse because that's fucking exploitation. When we should be living in what they call free will and an open society, but it's anything but. It's what you could say a technological prison. That's how I feel. As much as I'm sat on this computer, loving life, loving the technology, having the technology and the processing power on this computer to beam out to you, to then go into my editing and start making some good videos, some good tunes, doing whatever. Then go in there and get on my little unit that then can play ultimately hundreds of thousands of tracks, which I've got in a database at a touch of a button, and I can play it digitally. A WAV file, which is probably not one of the best, but it's up there as one of the best audible sounds. So it's kicking it, technologically kicking it. But then I've got to realize the negative shit that comes with that. Internet TV tells you that. Tron gone wrong. Mate, tell me about it. Well, that's good, mate. I know they're trying out there. They're trying through a veil. You know, download it, download it. The If you go to an establishment, technically they're obliged to tell you to download the app, aren't they? And that's every individual. And that has made me go, well, going out, right? If you're going to ask me to start doing all that, and I know a lot of them, whether they're just common sense, they're not getting round to it. There's some establishments that are not doing that, but I'm sure that is their protocol, technically, because we're all supposed to be feeding this geo locating information into a hive mind. That is the whole point of it. And they want that with every individual. And I'm not trying to say a scare story here because we all know it. We've seen it. We've seen the adverts. You can hear what Boris is doing with his 110 billion, that he's going to really piss up the wall and then scratch on the chalkboard for other generations to pay back. So we know that. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. Where's due process? Well, ugh, Jesus, what's going on there? Really? I heard something about that. I heard something about that. Was it Apple that were doing that? Slick, slick. But in a sense, the mentality is the oldest trick in the book, isn't it? That's all it is. It's trying to keep you in the company store. You know what I mean? I mean, it's manipulating when you think it's supposed to be a free will. And luckily, I'm not. I'm not a materialistic person. I like my sounds, so I'll spend money when it comes to getting a decent sound system. Love my record. Spent bloody don't know how many thousands over the years on that. Clothes, I've got the odd bit here and there, but other than that, I'm not asked. Really not asked. Don't go out my way to do it. My expenditure in a year is pretty much zero because most of my clothes I get off my wife and whatnot. It's crazy. So I'm not asked. I'll just roll on with anything. I've just put this on. I mean, I'm not even ironed it. Just threw it on. So it's a question of there's nothing wrong with liking things, I guess, but it all comes at a cost. You know what I mean? Apple, yeah. So they're all gaming. It is gaming, isn't it? Gaming. It's getting you going back. I mean, it's like with the computer games. Look, I'm ranting here. I'm going all over the place, but I guess you're all engaged. So I will get to this article very shortly, though. We get Xboxes and are like, they changed the systems, they changed the adapters, they change the way certain things are in order so that game's now obsolete because you can't play it on that model, or that power unit will only fit that one, or you know what I mean? And it's like you fucking slick. Them headphones will only fit them. And it's they know what they're doing. They know they could make a universal headphone port. All the manufacturers could do that if they want, but no, they make it exclusive, and then they make the best charger and slap another few quid on it, and then they'll have a load of cheaper ones on, and it's man, and we. This is probably just life, and probably I'm looking too deep into it, but it's just other reasons why you go, what? You know what I mean? You can barely live now with being gamed without being gamed. Oh, hold on, hold the phone. I kid you not. I've just been text off the NHS asking politely to download the app. Coincidence or YouTube have picked up on this live chat. Right, Clay, if you're listening, mate, you've got my number. Forward me that text, please. Forward me that text. Because if that is true, how mad is that? We know about vocal algorithms. We all know if you go on Facebook, start talking about fucking toilet roll, and then go outside, get on your phone, boom, adverts that we've seen it, we've heard about it, so many people where it's been happening. We know about Facebook actually being caught. I think it was Australia, purposely depressing people through posts and then accompanying it with drugs, uppers. So we know this goes on. But Clay, please, I don't know whether you're here now, whether you're still on. Mate, send me that. Send me that. Not come through yet. I don't know how true that is. That could be just a coincidence. I don't know how long the time is. It could be anything. Even if he sends it me and it says what it says, it does not mean anything in a sense. But isn't that weird? Within 5 minutes of us having a conversation online about this very topic. Yes, fraud and corruption, UK. How you doing? We all right? Thank you to all jumping on. Thank you, guys. YouTube is full of NHS ads requesting us to download their tracking app. Well, yeah, they're like any other ads in it. But it's the targeted element in it, Chris. You know what I mean? Ads, when I was back in the day, they were just there, take them or leave them. Now it's like they want to really get into you where you've got no choice. It's like they want to hypnotize you into getting things. And that's not free will. It's not free will. You've got the choice on whether to come into this stream or not. You've got the choice on to whether to watch my videos, even though you're a subber. You still have that last, well, fuck it, I'll watch it afterward. Nah, you know what? I'm not going to watch it. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. And I always say it's up to you. You go off titles, go off what you feel, you know what I mean? Or the individual who's doing the video. I'm not then going to go out and manipulate you into watching my shit. I'm just not. You either watch it, you don't. You like it, or you don't. Likey, no likey, whatever you want. And it's that coaxing. It's a nefarious car salesman routine, isn't it? And that's what it's like. Slick. And when you think billions of pounds is being made by just gaming people like this who are just innocently going about their life. Now, we can all call people sheep. We all fall for this in many ways because we've got to live. Unless you're totally self-sufficient in every way, then, there's only so much. The bottom line is, it's a sinister element that it's doing to people when people are just getting on with their life. And that is manipulation. That's nothing weird. It's almost like, you know what? If I'm going to come on here talking about Pakistani grooming gangs that are manipulating, exploiting, and selling, just being horrible with people, that level of manipulation, that level of pre-conscious thought on doing it, and the execution on manipulating and exploiting people, these big tech giants are doing exactly the same thing. They're grooming you, they're gaming you, and they're literally just treating you like some kind of, woman of the night. just extracting every penny. They're pimping you out, pimping you. When you think you've got your phone, I don't even want to go there. Come on, Clay. Where are you, mate? Have you not got my number now or what? I thought you had. Is Clay gone? Don't tell me the public health officers have come and picked Clay up. Jesus, that's all we need to hear now. You know what I mean? Within 15 minutes of a stream coming on, they politely ask him, and then because he didn't download it within the 2 minutes, oh, wow. This goes into a story, right? I'm going to get onto this article in a minute, but I'm enjoying this, and I hope you're enjoying this little bit of ranting, digressing. You're right, Strawman. You're right. And we've known it and we've used it. Internet TVs, I really know it's great what they can do, but no, don't. All I need is a television. Don't need a microphone in it. Don't need it. Don't need a camera in it. Don't. Got enough devices with all that shit around the house. Really don't. So, before I get to this article, guys, my wife was telling me the other day, she's had two people come to her. One of them a sister, and one of them a very good friend. Probably one of her best friends, actually. With independent stories that she has not told each other that each other have had the same experience, right? A best friend, her son got tested for COVID and had to self-isolate, right? A best friend, the mother, then went and downloaded Track and Trace, I do believe, right? A sister, my wife's sister, went on holiday. Nice part of the world, had a good time. With the full knowledge she's going to come back and self-isolate, which she did do. Didn't mess about, right? Two individual cases, none of them know of each other's cases, right? But they both told my wife this. My wife's sister, her boyfriend said that he feels that someone has been watching the house since his girlfriend, my sister-in-law, essentially, is in self-isolation, right? I've not asked him as to why he feels that, but that's what he said, right? My wife's best friend turned around the other day and said to my wife, she's seen the same person walking past the house with the same coat on that makes her feel that this person is watching the house. Now, I'm not saying any of them are true. Could be just elements of paranoia. Could be window twitching and we're all kind of, doesn't sound good. But ultimately, is there a follow-up from the Track and Trace? So let me get to this article, okay? Right. Coronavirus. Police granted access to details of people told to self-isolate by Test and Trace. That is so bad when you think about that, Police are being granted access to the details of people told to self-isolate by the government's Test and Trace scheme, Sky News has learned. The Department of Health and Social Care confirmed it had agreed memorandum of understanding. A memorandum of understanding. So that's either you just doing as you're told or you just freely giving up the information. With the National Police Chiefs to provide forces with the information on a case-by-case basis. So they can just come at any point to them and go, oh, right, you know, this guy over there, test and trace, we've got him. Can we just get his records? Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we've had a memorandum of understanding. There you go. And you think all the data, how that could be used. Imagine if you've been given a false positive, and then to compound not only your self-isolation and then technically of your family and your bubble, but then you're going to get this. This is truly, people say fascism, a Stasi world and all that kind of stuff. And it's probably a slight exaggeration in terms of we can actually go to countries in the world where you truly are under a fascist regime. You truly have got no freedoms. But same again, through what we were talking about before, generationally, you can see the decline. The pity is, like a commenter said before, the younger generation have not got that element of looking back. I've not got that hindsight. Theirs is the here and now. The here and now that starts from 3 years of age, having this fucking surveillance device in their hand. And then from every year going up, getting more and more fucking devices that are internet based, that are all basically track and trace systems. And this is the worrying aspect. You love technology, but look at what it's doing. The police can be doing so much to battle crime, to fight crime. Is this the best way of police going about their business? We've all seen the injustices. We all know of them. We all know how someone can get arrested for that, but then that guy walks off scot-free. This is what makes it really dishonest now, because now, under the veil, you're going to get people who are, for all intents and purposes, innocent, but yet will be treated like criminals. But yet, they'll see a geezer around the corner who's selling drugs with a big fat ass car, just driving up and down. Everyone knows who he is. Everyone knows who he does, including the police. And this is what ultimately the average law-abiding citizen fails to understand. And I'm the same. You know what I mean? It's just wrong. So let me read this on and then I'll come off this. In a statement, a spokesman told Sky News it is a legal requirement for people who have tested positive for COVID-19 and their close contacts to self-isolate when formally notified to do so. Told to go home, you've lost all your rights, whether you've actually got COVID or not. And let's face it, even if you have COVID, worst case scenario, the probability of your immune system having that COVID, essentially, we could be talking nothing more than a flu here. It's not like we're talking a disease that makes you drop instantaneously. With the most vulnerable cases, this is something that can hit people bad, and I acknowledge that. And anyone who dies of anything in the world, I'm ultimately sorry for, because no one wants to see a death of a spirit of any kind to any, you know what I mean? Just don't. So this is no different than someone who died of cancer, someone who's just been knocked down, who had everything to live for 5 minutes before they crossed that fucking road. It's no different here. The DHS has agreed a memorandum of understanding. That's semantically saying, snitching, giving up the information. That's just like me going, you know what? Fuck it. I'm in touch with Tony Bugle, Brit, Janaea, Dolly Daydream, Rose English. Got so many other numbers in here of integral people within this movement. You know what? I'm now going to publish all the numbers if you want them. You know what? I'm going to tell you where they live if I actually know that information. You know what? All the previous texts they've ever sent to me, you can have them. You know what? All the photos they've sent to me, you can have them. That's what this is doing. Now imagine if one of your mates done that. Now, not to say you're hiding anything, it's the principle of the matter. When you have engagement with parties, that should be that direct communication. But ultimately, we do know now that if you do anything online, expect it out there. But even if you're doing something on a private, personal, that is your life, they've got them details and they're utilizing them details. It's just like, man, case by case basis to inform that enables them to know if a specific individual has been notified to self-isolate. Well, why do the police have to double check if someone else is doing their fucking job? The police, if you call the police for any random case, now anything that happens in the street, their response time must be really woefully shit. Woefully, it was before. Petty crime, they don't even bother with that now. I mean, that sends a great message out, doesn't it? Talk about law and order. Let's start with not fucking giving a shit about petty crime, pardon my French. Right? That's emboldening a positive society, isn't it, Mr. Constable? So in many ways, you know what I mean? But, we have got to still promote our police force because it's the only thing we should have that's protecting us. If I phone anyone now in terms of a crime, they're the only people technically, legally, that can help me out. So not dogging him here, but man, they make it hard. And it's like they're walking away from the people more and more. I'm just waffling. Shared with appropriate safeguards and in accordance with the law. No testing or health data is shared in this process. No, but what are you going to do with it? And what are they doing with this data? What are they doing with this data as a police force? You know what I mean? Very well said that, Linda. The West has been infiltrated from the inside. We are in a quiet war. Silent weapons for quiet wars. That's what this feels like. It does. I'm a rational, intelligent human being. I see joy. I see happiness. I see all the good things in life. I'm not just looking at the sorrow, feeling sorry for myself or feeling sorry for this, who we are on here. It's not about that. Yes. You're right, babes. She's upstairs. Better happy. All right. Good day. All right. So yeah, it's just noticing it. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Closed in. From every level, Strawman, do you not feel? From every kind of facet, being a psychological attack. You know what I mean? Whether you feel it's breaking something down, some of your ideals, or manipulation in order to gear you to think or buy and consume and obey. You know what I mean? And when you're a free thinker, when you can stand up on your own 2 feet, think for yourself, still love the country, love the people around, but can still be independently thought, that is where it becomes worrying, where you do see a body of people who can't do what we're doing now, can't really spatially think of all the areas where this has got issues, then align that with previous issues of the past that maybe other people have spoke about, but indeed what you have witnessed, what we've all have witnessed growing up. And it soon alerts you that there's a direction, what is not quite right, whether it's through leadership or governance, agenda based, it's not quite right. It's not a question of money and finances, because there's plenty of rich people that make a hell of a lot of fucking money. So when they come out and they tell you that there's not enough money in the pot for this, there's not enough money in the pot for that, you tell them and remind them that London, the city of London, is regarded as the money laundering capital of the world. You remind them of how much money is made through derivatives and other financial transactions within the city of London, and then let them come and tell you that there's no money. The money is siphoned off. Totally agreed. But it doesn't mean to say there's not money. So now we've got to talk about the siphoning process and how the money is not coming down. That's the fucking issue. He's off on one. Is that Candy K? Yes. Are you doing, Candy K? Oh, cool. You're right, Mandy. You're right. You're right. When did the fingerprint thing come out? I thought, man, I use a pattern. I don't use a fingerprint. Because you think of the years, I mean, the mental thought of you breaking the law, right? And that visual image, this is how I remember it, right? Of fucking putting ink on your fingertips in a police station somewhere, and then doing all that, fucking pressing your thumb down, getting all sides of it, and then they've got it as a record for life then. That is denigrating. Once they've got it, they've got it. And if you deserve to be in that position, then whatever, you know what I mean? That's a different matter. But that shouldn't be something you want to give up. But having said that, we touch everything, but not everything's fingerprints based. But we are getting to a world now where you'll give them a bit of technology and go, well, I'll give you a device and you play music on it, do this, watch videos, whatever. Go speak to someone in freaking Portugal if you want, 4 a.m, give you all the data in the world. Just stick your fingerprint in to fucking open it up. And people like, and there's an element like, no. But people lap it up, you know, and it's the same people, materialistic, same people that I guess, you know, I don't want to start castigating people because we're all spirits, we're all souls, but there's an element where people are being blinded. It's like a moth to a flame. It's insatiable, this, and it. So I'm not getting it, people. It's easy to call people sheep and zombies, and I've done it myself, and I'll still keep doing it. But you know, the same people that will queue up at 3 a.m, some random trading estate to pick up a fucking game that could quite easily pick up online, or even if it's giving Jeff Bezos money, but they could go the next day when it's more convenient. And when people go, well, there's not wrong with that, Phil. If people are excited, of course, that's fine. But then when you know the company that's making that game, when they can generate that excitement, they'll play you like a fucking fiddle, won't they? You know what I mean? They'll have you standing outside at 4 a.m. I mean, sorry, right? What a country farmer's trick. What a country farmer's trick. Let's get on this for a minute, right? If I'm going to get you to queue up to buy a game of mine that I've just made and the whole fucking world can have it, I'm not going to be cruel and go, well, I'm only making it available from midnight. So that means you're getting people sleeping outside days before. I'm going to go, you know what? No, I'm going to make it accessible where it's going to come at a right time for everyone. There's going to don't have to have tents. You don't have to have people queuing up for 3 days long with fucking costumes on, buzzing, getting it. Really? No, because you know what'll happen there? You'll get probably somewhere within the first 100 people, you'll get 2 or 3 of them that will buy that product and then stick it on eBay at 3 times the price and game some other poor sucker somewhere down the line. And it's like, oh man. But I guess we're human. We're only human, born to make mistakes. Yeah. Oh, the world's mad. So you've just got to take the piss, haven't you, guys? Got a world that's going to this. Go to that. Track and goddamn trace. Track and trace your ass. Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, your phone will be watching. Not only will it be watching, it receives data at such a speed, it's quicker than the human eye. And then it transmits that data to third, fourth, fifth companies without your knowledge. And you've already given permission the first time of entry. So it doesn't need to have permission for the second time it gives it away, the third time it gives it away, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. It just fucks you up the ass without any lube. So I hope you're enjoying your ride. I hope you enjoy your pixelated new phone because that phone is punking you out. Enjoy. Oh, God. Definitely losing it, bro. Definitely losing it. Tracking, tracing. Look, it's on there. Phil has lost the plot. Phil has lost the plot. The track and trace system is now kicked into gear. We are geolocating his central position, and we are going to come for him anytime now. If you see a flat line on your screen, don't be alarmed. Don't be surprised. Just click on the link that takes you through to Amazon. Jeff Bezos is waiting to provide some nice products at your convenience at any time of the day or the night. And contract tracing means you don't have to go near anybody. And if you do, and there seems to be a problem, then we'll contact you through the contract trace system and we'll let you know to stay at home, people. We wouldn't want you to contract COVID, would we? Fuck it out. Mate, I deserve a white jacket that ties at the back. At the back. Oh. It's a mad world. All the people in familiar places, running places. How many groups were telling us this shit back then? Mad Will, bang, 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 all the makeup on and the fucking hair all over the place. But they were telling us. They were telling us. Oh, I'm not even sure about them. I think they can even track and throw away a phone as long as they know the number. Never register your phone. Only way. Red pill Phil ha. Companies beg you to down. Of course they do. They're giving away free apps. And My mum used to tell me there's no such thing as a free lunch. So when anyone's giving you a free app to play a game, why are they giving you that free app? Because they're gonna bumfuck you 3 alleys down the street. It's the old trick, innit? Some geezer's got a frigging van. He's selling leather coats, Gucci fucking leather coats. Pardon my French. Yeah, these are sweet. I've just come back from Italy. You know, they're just lines that are not. Yeah, I'll fall for it. 150 quid. You get home, you look at it. They've been made in some fucking back street in Burnley. It's like, you what? Totally had. But like Joe Pesky says, they fuck you at the drive-through. They fuck you at the drive-through. The track and trace system is not gonna fuck you. It's your friend. It only wants to announce when we have a problem. We don't want all you consumer-bearing idiots to get ill of COVID now, do we? We want you still to buy, consume, and obey. It's like, oh, what? Oh, do you ever wear a face mask? I'll go at the shop, I do, and then I'll put it down. I'll walk in with it, and I do that. But it's more of a fucking chin mask. It's keeping my mouth shut. That's what it's doing. Because I'm not covering. I'm not. And no one's actually said anything. I have seen the odd individual walk around with no mask on. I've seen people with lanyards who are making sure they're doing that when they're walking round. I've seen multiple people. The wife and I went shopping to a very reputable supermarket, which you could say, I wouldn't say is upmarket, but it's more upmarket than your normal leading supermarkets. And even though it's not far from the house, the people that were in it were the most compliant I've ever seen. And it wasn't a problem in any way, but it felt weird. Even the supermarkets round here, I'm seeing people that are, not everyone's having it, not everyone's buying it, and either way, no one's really caring to a degree. But up there, it was like, no, better do it, gotta do it. Even kids, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh man. But it's each to their own. Each to their own. If they can't work out mentally why it doesn't make sense you driving round on your own in your fucking car with a face mask on. If you can't work that shit out, there's nothing I can tell you. There's nothing I can tell you. If you want to call me a Nazi for saying that, call me a Nazi. To me, it's observation. To me, it's common sense. It's rational thinking. It's critical thinking. That mask ain't doing shit. And particularly in that scenario, what you doing? You're just decorating your face. That's all you're doing. Oh, yes, Eric. I know more. A lot of you tried telling. Oh, but what I told you years ago when Tommy was locked up first time, too late, plodding on regardless how many demos you do. I'm not even going to comment to that. No one likes a smart ass, do they? I told you, who professes to know everything? Let me give you a statement that someone far wiser than me penned, right? The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. That's it. So when you start with, I told you all, it means you're full of shit from the word go. Semantically, you fuck yourself up within 3 words. So the fourth word is like, don't even listen. I'm sorry, Eric. You might have come here on a friendship vibe, but don't be throwing negative shit like that into the stream. We don't need it, y'all. What was that last one? I didn't even see that anyway. Exactly. That's the funny thing. If we knew it was going to stop, in fact, right. No, I don't want talking about that line of supermarket. Right, let me get rid of this because I'm gonna get going shortly, guys. Feel we better go see Brick Girl before lockdown. I'm telling you, I'll be honest with you, all right? Brick Girl was more adamant against this before I was. I was critical about the sanitizer and about everyone going crazy. And I was adamant about that from the start. But in terms of going out and running about when everyone was on lockdown, I'm like, well, let's just chill out. And I was one of them. Brick Girl's like, no, fuck it. I'm not having this. I'm not buying it. And I'm like, don't know. One critical. Everyone's got their own opinion. Brick Girl is a very responsible individual, beautiful soul, beautiful individual. But I swear to God, man, Jesus, you don't want to hear her now. Don't put her online with this shit now. Because she'll be probably saying, I told you. Told you. Exactly, Johnny. That's what I mean. And, you know, I'm not even getting into that. I mean, this is why. Seriously. Seriously. So if that's all he's got to contribute, then na. Hey, goodbye. And I don't mean to be rude, but it's like, seriously, dude. Most of us are probably, what, 3-4 years beyond that point. So really, I'm talking about some of this affecting every fucking individual. I'm going there. Why? I've got Tommy supporters on here. We might not all see eye to eye. And because they support Tommy Robinson, don't make me fuck that. No. Anyone who's got a rational brain, I dig you. Anyone who can see common sense and rationale on all different levels, I dig you. So to come in on that low kind of punch, you know what I mean? It's like a little sucker punch, really. What makes you so fucking higher moral? Seriously? I reckon I could dissect 5 seconds of your life or your YouTube and what you watch and probably find little faults there, as us all. So don't come in on that tip. So that's what I mean. Right, I'm going to get going. The sound went, did it? Oh, Jesus. Oh, here we go. So why did you and the rest stand by and let Tommy destroy my life and leave my soul? Oh, fuck me. Right. I was going to do this anyway. Eric, I've got no problem with you, right? I'm not even sure totally what you're talking about, but now you mention that, I kind of get where you're going. I think I know. And I think I know through a lady called Yvonne Black, right? So when you saying why did you why did you and rest stand by and let Tommy destroy my life? Right. So let's fucking dissect this, Eric, because you don't go saying that shit to people when you can't hold that up. You can't, mate. So let me just get rid of this and we'll talk about it if you want. And if you want, I'll invite you on the stream only if you can hold yourself. Yeah. So why did you and the rest stand by and let Tommy destroy my life? Right. First of all, I do believe when whatever you feel Tommy has done to you, and he might have, I heard about certain aspects. I don't know the whole story, but I know it mustn't have come across well to you, sir. And I'm eternally gutted for you. Yeah. Firstly, I was not even following Tommy Robinson when that happened to you. I can almost certainly guarantee that. I heard that through the grapevine, right? Your story is like one of many, ultimately hundreds of stories that are going on around the country, okay? I didn't stand by and let that happen. That is a consequence of you dealing with that side, is it not? And whatever happened, it happened, whether it's explainable or not. I had no party in it, Eric. I played no part in it. I didn't even document it because I never knew about it. I barely know about you, Eric. So for you to come on my stream and give me 2 low blows like that, when on 2 counts, I'm sucker punching you back. And I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through, but you're not going to come on my channel with that vibe and start throwing out accusations that I've done something wrong, because I've done nothing wrong to you. I don't even know you. Okay? I heard what had gone on, and I think we've got a mutual friend, mate. So don't come in on my stream like this. No need. If you want help, if you want advice, if you want to talk, by all means, don't come in like this. I didn't leave your son to rot in prison, did I? Was it me who put him there? No, it wasn't. And your granddaughter to be refused hospital trip? What's that got to do with me? If that's happened to you, I'm sorry. If that's happened to your family in a succession from what's happening, I'm sorry to hear that. Of course I fucking am. But what has it got to do with me, Eric? You can look at my channel, look at my timeline. Yeah, that's the best way of proving this. Look at when that happened to you. Look at when you're reporting that all these misdealings within that camp was happening. Go directly to my YouTube page and see what I was reporting on. See if I was actually reporting on what Tommy Robinson was doing, because you'll find I wasn't. I was nowhere near it, okay? So you're throwing at the wrong person. And I don't dig people who throw stones when you shouldn't be fucking throwing them. If you want my help, if you want advice, fine. But don't do it like that, mate. You get fuck all. Tell you now. I'm here for nothing, dude. You know what I mean? Try to spread some good energy. Try to help people. And don't try and make my stream a part of what I'm seeing, where everyone's losing this shit and everyone's kind of going off on one another. You bang out of order, Eric. So if you want to start again, let's start again. If not, you want to unsubscribe, do one. Whatever you want to do, mate. Give a fuck. Right, so, well, mate, I'm not going to say that. The guy's been hurt. The guy's been fucked over. There's many people been fucked over in many different ways through the movement, whether it was on purpose, whether it's through whatever it was through. I can't ultimately answer for all that. I know when it happens to any individual, I'll be there to fucking back it up. I mean, what Eric's not telling you there. All right, Eric, listen to fucking this. Get your mouth round this, yeah? Remember the shit I put up with through calling out what was going on with Lucy Brown? Whether you like Lucy Brown or not, yeah? I don't agree with where she's at now on her direction. As an individual, she's a lovely person. I do respect her. Funnily enough, even though I don't agree with her political leanings and where she's at and where she's been at. But I was the first, the fucking only one, Eric, to call her out. Call it out that she was getting bullied, that she was getting ostracized, and all the work she was doing. People are talking about putting acid in her face and calling her a bitch. And I'm like, you what? I took the hit for that, Eric. Yeah? I also took the hit for standing up for Tony Bugle and Janelle. And I would do it all over again. And the irony is, Eric, if we're still on here, I took the hit for standing up for Yvonne Black. That don't make me great and special. That means, you know what, on many levels, one, I don't like women being abused, right? Women ain't above the law, but there's a certain way you deal with anything in life, yeah? And you don't let your ego get the better of you and start dissing women and start fucking ostracizing, putting little whatever. That's not me. So when I witnessed it, I called it out, yeah? I was ostracized, mate. And that played a part in me fucking all that side off, as well as the blue pill fill and everything else at it, yeah? So don't do that. Well, mate, if you Lucy is whatever you think, and I'm not even going there now, I'm just saying. Right, Eric. So at least we're coming now. We're coming now. We're coming down a little peg or two. You know what I mean? You just nosed up my stream, Eric. You just nosed it up, mate. You nosed it up with low vibration and low energy. And there was no need. You could have just come in and had a little chat. Yeah? But it took 10 minutes of me giving it you back. And that's not right. You're a decent geezer, maybe, mate. So I've got nothing against you. But you know what? I've got everything against people who come in my stream with low energy and try and do that to me. I'm not paid to do any of this shit, mate, so I don't need to take it. And I'll give it back. Believe me or not, I'll be on that DeLorean back to Mars Platin and we can fucking do the verbal dance if you want. Think you need to say, sorry, Eric, you were out of order saying that. It's up to him, innit? Don't have to. Can fuck off the line if he wants. Not asked. I'm not here as a bad man, but I'm not here to be bounced upon. For what? Seriously? Phil was the first to step away from the movement and go solo because of what he could see was going on in the movement. And you know what? It was the hardest thing to do. Imagine I go from 20,000, even 60, 70,000 views to a few hundred. Literally. I was having to rebrand myself, rethink of things to do, you know what I mean? Other people, and then the other purposes, other causes, propagating them rather than just talking about what everyone's got to talk about. Because if you don't, then why aren't you talking about this? You know, it was an horrible time. And it took me that. Technologically, it's advanced. And it's like, mate, I'm on my own vibe now. Seriously. All them, whatever they're doing, good luck to them. I'm not here trying to stomp on any of them. I've had misdealings with multiple people, as you've all seen. Got no beef with any of them. Just roll on me. I'm getting kind of just a little bit better with the channel technologically. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving the interaction with people on here. I'm loving people who are like-minded like me. Apart from Eric, who come in there on one. Everyone's just chilled. Have a fucking crack. You know what I mean? What's the point in having low frequency streams? I'm not going to send you off on a low fucking frequency. I'm not going to do that. Get you rid of your phone. I know, mate. I'll tell you what I feel like doing, sir. I feel like going back to the days of the Motorola Flip. You know what I mean? Them old ones. The old ones. Like, what was them? NEC ones. I used to love that. The P, is it a P7? What was it called? Great thing. I loved it. Working it. Oh, man. So it's learning to take the technological side. The only empowerment you've got is getting your settings and tailoring it up. Don't just take it for what it is, you know? Straw man. I love the interaction with my hand when it's normally it's like that. Okay. Now that's a vibration. All right, straw man. That's a vibration. Oh look, McDonald's getting on him. Mate, if he wants to, it's up to him. I'm not asked. I'm really not asked. You know, he just has to be schooled, and he might not have liked it, and I didn't like it, and I don't like delivering streams like that, but I don't like people doing that either. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. If he does, he does. He doesn't, he doesn't. We can all roll on. But he's been told, he's been put straight. So at least he can take that to the fucking bank, can't he? Go on, Phil, lad. Chill, my mate. Don't fall for that, mate. Peace and love. Battle. Yes. Yeah, I don't want to go on that side there, you know, bro. The vaccination will be the start of the end. Infertility for the next 3 generations. Yes, Steve. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing cool. S10s are already 5G. Yeah, they're just going to try and roll it out as quickly as they can, can't they? Get you in that hive mentality. Phil, are you doing your editing video? Yes, I am. I'm going to be. I've got what's me? I've just done a video now, which will be going up probably tomorrow. I've got a recording to do with Jupiter on Wednesday, and I'm looking before the weekend of recording that video. Which of them videos will come out first, I don't know. But that's the two things I've got kind of sorted for this week. And with editing and whatnot, yeah, that's all right. Linda, you are a blessing. You are a blessing. And I think we're all trying to do that, aren't we? And the best way to combat the way we're feeling now is to try and be the person that you want to see in life. Remember Rick Mayall in that film? He said a very poignant statement that was just gone. As quick as it come off his lips, it was gone. You want to try and be the change. Be the person you want to be. And that is so profound. And that only bolstered what I've been trying to think, really. Going out riding, enjoying my music a bit more, just chilling out and just being happier within myself. And that injection of happiness will then transcend. You know what I mean? It will. If I then speak to someone nicely because they've had me speak to them in a nice manner and we're all nice, and they're going to then transcend that onto someone else. So it's like the ripple effect, the butterfly thing. Might not always work. You're dealing with individuals here, you know. Ultimately, you've got to get it to actually do it. That's the thing. And so when you're running around all vibes up on crazy stuff, when you think you could run out now, go to the shop, boom, bus comes, done. So I've just done a stream and then I'm gone 10 minutes later. It could happen that quickly. So what do you want your mental and metaphorical footprint? Get on that. What do you want your footprint to be like in life? Do you want it to be a positive one that people will see your footprint in years to come and go, man? Or do you want it to see it and go, fucking hell, I'm glad they're out the way. Glad they're out the way. I'm glad eugenics is a real thing. You know what I mean? Oh, yes, Steve. Yes, mate. Proud to be an individual. Yeah. Let's not get geolocated here. Proud to be here. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be alongside everyone else who is having the ultimate experience alongside us. How we fight it is another matter. But I'm proud to be here. Some people might take that as bullshit, but mate, I'm on a different vibe, guys. Different fucking vibe, daddy-o. I'm like, with my grass skirt on. Down, 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 down. Everyone's like, down, down, down. Down. Woohoo! Yes, McTavish, come on, mate. Come on, mate. The door's been open for ages. I'm just about to close the door. You're like that one that walks in the shop, just mopping the floor. Last 10 minutes. Fucking hell, right? I'm going to mop the floor before anyone else. Oh, McTavish. Come on, mate. Just walked up on me mopped floor, mate. You're nosing up me mopped floor. Hi, Candy. Hi, Paul, Natalie. Everyone who's come in today. Yes. Or trying to do things the right way, innit? And you know what? You try and do that, not many people will fight you. Seriously. I know a lot of the time, a lot of people try and convince people that they're not. And, you know, whatever, it's ultimately an individual thing. They might think that I'm me, and it's up to them if they want to think that. I'm not trying to convince them. It's up to you. It's up to you. People read. I love people. People love me. You know, it's all the same thing. It's great. It's great being this positive. We all know it. We all know the effects it's like being happy with someone rather than being like a shit, being in a bad mood. being on a vibe, yeah, being on a fucking vibe. You know what I mean? Let me tell you this, right? Waiting on, waiting on. I've been watching a program with the wife, right? Our shared truth is watching certain documentative programs, and one of them, no doubt, a lot of you have seen it. It's great. Naked and Alive. Naked and Alive. And if no one's seen it, right, it's a group of elite survivalists that go in this one we're watching. They censored Honduras. Is it Honduras? South America, Colombia. And they've got to live there for 40 days. But they get there, every bit of the clothing strips off them, put in a van, taken away. They have one specific item they can bring with them. Other than that, they've got a fucking man bag, woman bag that they're rocking around with. They have a map, and that's it. So they're relying on their intrinsic skills as a human being. And a lot of them demise on so many different levels. And these are the leaders that, you know, they can make things, they can navigate, they can do all kinds, and even they're fucked. They're depreciating by the hour. You see them, you know, 3 episodes in, they look like a different man or a woman, you know. But you look at it and you think, not only is that living, that this is how spoiled we are as society. You know what I mean? Look at us. We can go anywhere and grab anything. You know what I mean? And that has got to have had a mental impact on society. Doesn't society just go, I'll just relax now? Now I can press that button and the TV will come on. When I was a kid, I was the fucking remote control. I used to sit on the floor and my mum would be like, go and turn the telly over. Go and turn the telly over. You know what I mean? I'd be fucking drawing. They'd be like, wait a minute, go and turn the telly over. And he'd be like, what? The best invention, the first invention was when we had a I'm honestly digressing. We had a VHS recorder with the remote control with a cord on it. The cord was about 2 foot fucking long. What was the point? But I was buzzing. I could sit there and still do it without having to kneel down to the bloody VHS. Oh, wow. Oh, what side's that on, Phil? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I'll have to let you know on that, sir. I'll have to let you know. That is a very good point. It's one of the quieter, more independent Sky channels. And it's a very good show. And it just lets you see, you know, people's mentality. And, you know, the ultimate interesting thing is as well, even though we can all celebrate what they're doing, when they get in there, they lose shit with each other. And you think, man, you're in the ultimate, if we all lose our shit, we're all dead. We can't afford this. We can't afford to have an argument. We can't afford for ego to get, we can't afford for you to see your ass because you've got an idea and, you know, you don't see it. You know, we can't afford that. We've all got skills. We all should be getting on. We all should be doing it. And you think it's just a human trait, innit? We can't even do that to look after each other in the ultimate survival test. So never mind the bleeding YouTube stream. That's a crazy one, isn't it? Ah. Yes, Linda. Yeah. Yeah, Great Brit used to often say it. There's a top set of people on here. I don't tend to get too much crap. And I don't, you know, I'll always take the verbal slap if I deserve it. I will. But no, generally, people are chilled. People are nice. They tend to talk to each other on a nice level. I'll be cracking on and digressing all over, and I'll have a little look in my periphery, and I'll see just people are just chatting normally, you know, wherever. And it's like, in this life, isn't this what a bus stop is supposed to be like? You know what I mean? Not all being politically driven and going, well, I'm not talking. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Oh, I will do, Johnny. I will do. Yeah, well, thank you for that, sir. But we're all fighting in one way or the other. You know, even though I've stepped away from something, I've moved towards something else. So even still being here, you know, still doing what I try to do, if anyone can get anything from it, then it's been a positive, it's been a bonus, and that's all I ever want. You know what I mean? I don't think necessarily me traveling to every city in the country is going to provide ultimately any more than what I'm already doing. On some levels, you know, can report stories and put other people on camera, totally granted. And that is happening in some levels as well. But as you know, it's a diverse channel, all kinds of shizzle. One thing I want to leave you with, I'll see if I can do it. You are welcome, sir. You're welcome. I love doing what I'm doing, and I love the interaction. And people say, you know, you're inspiring. You do inspire me. When I get really good streams, when I get uber positive comments, don't always have to be positive. Same again, if you drop a bollock, don't mind being told off. You know what I mean? But when you see that, it spurs me on. Makes me think, yeah, you know what? You're doing something right. Someone was buzzing the other day because I've given tips on painting through the comment section. So it's just little crazy things that if you give people a sense of satisfaction, you're still highlighting. You know, I mean, look, we've had a little bit of laugh here and we're talking about a serious subject, but we still had a crack, you know. So I think ultimately, it's great. Yes, Linda. Nice one. And keep supporting Linda and keep supporting the other people that you support as well. You know, it's something that we all should do, innit? We all should do. But what I'll do, right? What I'll do, let me just have a look at this. I've while we're on the face mask theme, I will I've just uploaded this video, but I've not put it out yet. P. Diddy wants to sign you up as the next rapper. Oh my God. Oh my God. Imagine, right? Right. We go into there. We've gone on the right one. Let me go in there. Right. Just to keep it on a light-hearted note, and if you've got your own theories on maths, then I guess you're not going to enjoy it. But this is going to be the next upload, so you're going to get a bit of a treat here, guys. It's only 2 minutes long, but you're going to get a little bit of a treat as you're going to see it before other people get to see it.
I just have to say something about all this COVID-19 mask-wearing bullshit nonsense. Now, I don't know how many of you have welded or worked in a welding shop before. When you start a job there, you have to be face fitted, tested with the Bitrix and all that nonsense so that you can have, let's see, a mask, a respirator like this. But anyways, you have a mask like this. Now, you have to be clean shaven for these to work. If you're not clean shaven, you have to be sent home, shave, come back. You lose time. Now, these stupid cloth masks that everyone is using or required to use isn't going to do a goddamn thing. That is supposed to mitigate your chances of infecting somebody when you are showing symptoms. Because then if you cough, sneeze, it'll hold maybe some particles in. What's hilarious is seeing security guards, people with beards on, like heavy beards, wearing a stupid piece of cloth mask. Now, if that is not acceptable in a welding shop, because it won't even stop smoke particles, it certainly isn't going to stop another fucking flu. And some of the best masks have a little one-way valve. Some of the N95s have a one-way valve. Well, that's to block stuff from coming in, so it has to go through the filter. But it doesn't restrict breathing out at all. Here on the inside, yeah, valves, you see? Now come on, if those masks are no damn good for welding, they're no damn good for anything. Especially if you got a lot of hair on your face and the mask is sitting an inch away from your skin. That's all I have to say. Prove me wrong. I think it makes sense. Do you?
Sorry. So I don't know whether you could hear that, whether you've seen it. That's just what's coming up. Yeah, look at you there trying to monopolise. Look, he's trying to steer me towards decorating, getting a freebie. Oh, ban all beards. It's right, innit? With that logic, mate. With that logic. Oh, wow. So, guys, if there's any probably last minute questions, anything you want to kind of say, now's the time, and I shall bid you a good day. What? I'm on the Isle of Man, 5 young lads over on contract as welders have just been put in prison for 2 weeks for nipping to get some booze before locking down. What the hell? Yes, Kanda, thank you very much. Yes, everyone, I'm going to get going. That's a crazy story. If you can send any links, anything you've got, crazy times. There will be a lot going on. There will be mind-bending, perception-bending events happening all over the place, guys, that will make us feel this is crazy times. Keeping mentally strong and just being around for the fight, the mental fight that will inevitably come. Oh, yes. Who's that? Where is it? Can I put the link? Yeah. Have I got the link on here? I can get the link.
I'm avoiding rush hour now. Father?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You did? Just called me father out loud. Right, I'm going to have to get going, guys. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you to everyone else. Have a great day. That is the link to the story there. And it's Sky News coronavirus story. So have a good little week, guys. Bless you all. Have a great day. She did it, Phil. Who did what? Who did what? What did she do? Jesus. That sounds a bit ominous. Nice one, guys. I'm going to get going anyway. All I've got to say, really, is you be positive. Have a great time. Make the best of it. Stay strong. And we'll speak soon. Look forward to the upcoming uploads. And I love you all. Stay strong, guys.
I love you. 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 I love you.
Even the pissing haters.
I love you. 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 I love you.